Hey there, it's Robert here. I just wanted to knock up a quick video while I'm out watching the dog. All about authenticity, the importance of being authentic, in terms of everything in life, but also in terms of your business. On both sides, it's equally important that you remain faithful to who you really are on the inside and don't get caught up in trying to be somebody else or kind of give in to external pressure from other people or circumstances. Because really, on a personal level, when you're authentic, you're much happier, much happier. Life just has a habit of becoming a lot smoother, and it just goes your way, and you just feel like you're resonating with your purpose. Everything just kind of flows. It's a great place to be, and yet so many of us spend every day seemingly rowing against the tide, fighting ourselves, fighting who we really are, trying to be somebody else entirely from who we really are, as if that person would be better than who we really are. There is nobody better than who you are. That's the message. We're all individuals, we're all special, and we should celebrate our differences. Instead of trying to be the same as everybody else, celebrate your difference. You're unique. That's what makes you so special. So celebrate your uniqueness and share your uniqueness with the world, because that's the one thing nobody else can share. They can't share you. There's only one of you. And there'll be many things that make you very special and that help you or make you stand apart from other people. And just focus in on those. Understand yourself. Be happy to be who you are, and start to understand what makes you really special and what your individual and unique talents are, and start to think about sharing those with other people, because not everybody can do what you can do. The things that you take for granted that you don't think are any real big deal will be a real big deal to other folks, and they'll be very impressed by what you can do and what you bring to the table, and they'll get an awful lot of value from you sharing with them. And conversely, it's also the same in business. It's on the other side of the coin. If you try to be the same as everybody else and tell the same story, then you really have no value over and above any that anybody else is offering in your marketplace. So I suggest you do the same thing. Instead of trying to be, another version of somebody else who's already successful in your particular niche of business, in your industry, try to be the best version of you that you can be. Try to change things. Try to approach your target market from a different angle and give them something that they haven't experienced before. How do you do that? Give them you. They've never experienced you before. You're unique. So I guarantee if you give them more of you, they will have never had that before. So you're already starting to build up a uniqueness in your field, something that makes you stand apart from everybody else. Just to hammer home the point, years ago when I was in the music business, I noticed that of all the bands that I loved, the really big bands, the guys that really made a lot of money, were super successful and are still there kind of 20, 30 years later and more in some cases, were the bands that were really original. They didn't start out copying other people, your Led Zeppelins, people like that. Fantastic bands. Rush is another one. You can tell I'm a bit of a metalhead, but great bands. But when they first started, they weren't particularly taken to very quickly because they were very different. And in the recording industry, a lot of the A&R guys, certainly when I was in the business, used to spend their time just going around looking for the next act that resembled an act that was particularly successful at the time. And yes, they would enjoy some success as a result of that because it was a proven formula. But you know what? It never lasted. It wouldn't last for very long because they were only ever an imitation of something that was better and was already successful. Somebody had already gained critical mass had already become massively popular and they were just a poor copy. So it never really works out in the long term. But the guys who stick it out, stick to their guns and do it their way, well, you know what? Eventually people come around to them and they become trendsetters. They set the fashion. They become the fashion. Everybody buys into them, and then the A&R guys are running around trying to find a band that sounds a little bit like them to get some short-term success. But sure enough, in years to come, the originals are still there. They've still got the die-hard fans. They never go anywhere, and they're still making money, and they're worshipped. And these kind of copy bands are long gone, and they don't make a fraction of the impact in the marketplace. They don't generally make a fraction of the money, and their careers are extremely short. Well, you know what? It's no different in any line of business. If you really want to make it big, if you really want to make your mark on the world, then just be you. Do things your way. Don't listen to too many other people who want to advise you that you can't do it that way and you can't do it this way. You have to do it in a certain way. Well, that's BS. I'm sorry. You know, rules are meant to be at least bent a little bit. Okay, you need to kind of stretch outside of your comfort zone, and when everybody else is telling you no, if inside you feeling it's really yes, then yes it is, because it's your life and you need to take the bull by the horns and do things your way. And that way you'll live life on your terms, you'll have a business of your dreams, and really the sky's the limit as to what you can do and what you can achieve, and to the level of happiness that you're going to experience during the course of all that. Anyway, when I first started this video, I thought I'm just going to do a quick 30 to 60 second video, and sure enough I kind of waffle on a bit because I'm passionate about this stuff. But anyway, I'm going to say goodbye now because I can see a big muddy puddle just ahead, and if I don't say goodbye right this very second, I'm going to fall headlong into it. So wish me luck in avoiding that puddle, and I'll check in with you soon.